Hey, first, let's just want to say something about this opening game, right? 37 years straight for me right there. What an honor, what a privilege to be a part of a game and be a part of this great game. So it's really cool. And then our guys that all made teams, from our school and made teams other places, just what a credit to them, what a credit to what Coach Beamer's built here. So just want to talk about those two things first, and then you guys can roll from there.
Joe, do you know for sure who your four guys are going to be at place kicker, punter, holder, snapper? And if you could you tell us?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. No, I think I was definitely in here for coach's meeting, that's for sure, and I saw his press conference too. But they've done a great job of work, all of them. It's been a great summer and fall camp for them. I think they've all improved. The capacity for work has been excellent. It's been a great competition, and I think you guys will know right when we're getting started. Just watch the pregame warm-up, and we'll be ready to rock and roll for you.
Another thing Coach Beamer mentioned yesterday was how a lot of the wide receivers will play a little bit, and I would assume that means you'll have a good bit of them doing things for you on special teams, not necessarily just return stuff, but assuming that those wide receivers are involved with you, what can you share about maybe what each of those guys might bring to your groups?
Yeah, I think they've done a good job of work. Also, it's been an extremely competitive training camp in all phases. I mean, I think all those guys have done a good job of learning the systems. Especially the young guys. So I think there'll be some guys that have a role, no question about it. And the guys that are returning from last year are also going to have a role. So I think it's going to be a real credit for what these guys have done during camp, and hopefully that'll help us get started the right way.
Hey, Joe, yesterday Shane was saying that he wishes that the kickers kicked a little better on, yesterday and then Monday. How do you feel like kicking is gone for the group, and do you kind of feel the same way Shane does?
Yeah, I'm obviously going to feel the same way as a head coach. But, no, I mean, obviously you want perfection every day. It was a little bit windy the other day when we came out. Obviously we're going to be playing indoors, so that'll be a factor, that'll help us there hopefully. But, there are younger kids that are learning to go at a high level, and this is going to be part as we ramp it up into, more pressure situations. So, do I always want to be perfect? Hell yeah, I want to be perfect. But I think they've learned how to deal with anxiety, and they've learned how to work with some of the pressure situations that he's put them under during training camp, and we hope it, translates into success for us.
Joe, when you have new starters, do you have to look at it as like, how much of a leash do I give this guy? Like, say if they just go out there and maybe don't perform the way they did last month?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like Coach talked about yesterday, this is a competition-based program, man. I mean, it's not like in the NFL this happened to me before. We lost Morton Anderson and Dan Straczynski one year. Okay, those were, Morton's obviously in the Hall of Fame. The other guy, I think we led the league in least amount of yardage given up as a punter. I mean, it was unbelievable. But you had to make a decision and go from there and replace them with younger guys, and that's what's going to happen here. So, that's always going to be a case where we still have guys that are there. I think we have 7 specialists total, and it's going to be a competition for them all year. So, one performs really well, that's who we want to go with.
How would you sum up Virginia Tech's special teams operation and what they're doing right now with that team?
Yeah, I think they play very hard. They're very well coached. They've, that guy's been there for a few years now, consecutively. They do some different things that are going to be tough to get under control. But I think he's really, really done a good job of being aggressive and trying to make plays for the offense and the defense. Play complementary football for him for sure.
Shane has talked about in the offseason making an emphasis on the return game and working to improve there. How would you evaluate the progress from all those guys that you've seen there?
Yeah, I think all those guys have done a good job. I think it's been a great offseason. Not only, spring has been really good, but also the summertime has been great for those guys, getting better at catching the ball. And then also, from a standpoint of the blocking part of it too. So, you have to get a returnable ball, and that's what we hope we can get from these guys. And if we can, hopefully we can make some hay on those.
You mentioned Virginia Tech's special teams being aggressive. I think they had a couple block kicks last year. They returned one for a touchdown against Clemson. How are you kind of coaching your young guys to be aware of the guys coming off the edge?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we want a one-down mentality, right? I've talked about that in here before. They've got to understand that we don't have second and third down to get it right. We've got to make sure that that one down is correct, fourth down most of the time, but also on kickoff and kickoff return. You don't have a second chance to get it right. So, that's really what we're trying to get done for those guys as much as we can. Good? Thank y'all. Appreciate it.